Hi, my name's Dr. Catherine Hughes from Crime Psych. I run a business that enables me to bring knowledge and learning to everyone, not just those who are studying at schools, colleges and university. I do this by producing a range of blogs, vlogs and free online courses, and these are suitable for all academic levels. You don't need any previous experience to be able to learn with me. I run some courses face-to-face and online. Some are free, some are paid. So once you've finished watching this, why not head on over to my website and see if any of those are of interest to you. This is the second video in the series examining attachment styles and theories. In the first video, I looked at John Bowlby's theory of how infants form attachments and the ways in which other people have built upon this work to explore the various attachment styles of adults. I will put a link to that video in the description box below if you want to go and have a look at that one first. This second video in the series examines attachment theory as proposed by Hirchi in 1969. Hirchi suggests that attachment is an emotional bond through which children internalise the conventional norms that we have within society. According to Hirchi, delinquency will be low in those families with strong emotional ties, and that's because juveniles who are strongly attached to their parents are more likely to care about the expectations of their parents, and this protects them from engaging in delinquent behaviour. However, if the bond between the parent and the child is weak, the child is more likely to engage in delinquent behaviour. This attachment bond may not necessarily be exclusive between the child and their parents. Factors such as friends, teachers, co-workers, commitment to community activities, all of these bond people and can reduce criminal propensity, the likelihood that a person will be involved in criminal behaviour. There are a lot of theories out there that investigate the link between criminal and deviant behaviour, and they start with questions of why do people engage in crime? However, social control theorists ask why people refrain from engaging in crime. As a result, criminality is seen as a possibility for all individuals within a society, and it's only avoided by those who seek to maintain family and social bonds. A researcher named Brengan and colleagues conducted a study in 2001 that explored the role of the parent in adolescent aggression in males. They found that those who weren't closely monitored by their parents were more likely to engage in aggression without the presence of any provocation. This was found to be an early predictor of later delinquent violent offending. They concluded that early intervention in the form of various parenting strategies could actually lead to the prevention of later adolescent violent offending. The findings of that study support the notion that parenting practices and parental supervision and support can have a positive impact in reducing violent offending in the youth. A number of other studies have also found reliable links between parenting and later engagement in criminal and delinquent acts. As I have previously mentioned, attachment isn't exclusively defined by the parent and child relationship. Schools can be a major factor in establishing social control. A Canadian study by Sprott was conducted in 2004, and they examined the effect of school support during childhood on later adolescent violent and non-violent offending. Information was gathered from children when they were 10, 12 and 14 years of age. The study found that young people who behaved violently often came from classrooms that provided little emotional support to the students. Students who were in classrooms characterised as having a stronger supportive structure and social interactions at the ages of 10 and 12 were less likely to behave violently at the ages of 12 and 13. They also found that young people who displayed more aggression during the first data collection period were more likely to have been violent during the second data capture period as well. As a result, these researchers concluded that attachment during school is a really important factor in preventing future violent behaviour. Other social control theorists have found support for this, and they agree that school attachment is an important factor in social control. Community and religion are also important factors in attachment and social control. In 2006, Banyard and Quartley found that young people who admitted to physically and or sexually abusing their partner had low perceptions of neighbourhood monitoring than young people who didn't engage in those activities. Delinquency was also found to be related to reduced feelings of social responsibility. The impact of religion has also received some support. In 2001, Johnson and colleagues questioned whether young people who are more religious are less delinquent. Furthermore, they wanted to know why religious adolescents didn't engage in deviant behaviour to the same extent that their non-religious counterparts did. They found that involvement in religion had a negative effect on delinquency. And these researchers argue that religion decreases delinquency due to the effect that religion has on shaping beliefs. Despite research that supports all of these tenets of social control theory, some researchers and scholars have questioned the strength of that theory. As Gibbons in 1994 noted, some people have questioned whether the notions of self-control as proposed by Hirchi can be used to explain more serious violent offending behaviour. Critics of the theory contend that the theory may be better able to explain minor offending, but it doesn't necessarily adequately account for more serious types of crimes. Regardless, though, of the ways in which attachments are formed and maintained, there are a large number of studies that support the link between attachment and criminal or deviant behaviour. There has been some debate as to what age this attachment is formed, as well as whether or not early attachments remain consistent or can change throughout the life course of a person. There are two main competing schools of thought on this, and these are static or dynamic theories of attachment. As the name suggests, static theories suggest that the cause of involvement in crime at one age can be extended to all ages at which any criminal behaviour occurs. Alternatively, as this name suggests, dynamic theories say that attachments can change over time, as can the reasons for involvement in criminal and delinquent behaviour. They suggest that changes in a person's life circumstances may generate turning points in the likelihood that they'll engage in crime. According to Sampson and Laub in 2005, delinquent behaviour is inhibited during childhood and adolescence by bonds to the family and to the school. During their young adulthood, social ties to work or to marriage or turning points in life can modify these trajectories of criminal offending. Therefore, dynamic theories conclude that the influence of the family and parents diminishes over time, and during adulthood, the person creates and maintains other important ties. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Do join me on the third video in this series.